Good day, everybody. I'm Shmi, and I make guides for Path of Exile's Ruthless mode. If you're enjoying the content, please hit that like button, and feel free to subscribe if you'd like to see more. Today, I'm back to show you how to create what I would consider to be the meta build for Trial of the Ancestors League. The Guardian Ascendancy received a revamp, and Sentinel of Radiance is flat out insane. I couldn't believe how powerful it was, and it's difficult to put into words, so I'll just show you. Here's a video of me letting the Sentinel of Radiance solo the Duresso boss fight. The Sentinel has its own Righteous Fire style aura, it soaks 20% of the damage from the hits that you take, and it hits like a cement truck at highway speed. With this build, you'll use Absolution, but primarily your damage comes from your minion skills, Raise Zombie, Summon Raging Spirit, and the Sentinels of Absolution. You'll virtually always have the auras Wrath, Anger, and Hatred for free thanks to Unwavering Crusade. The damage is just nuts, the survivability is nuts, and I can see why this Ascendancy is dominating the leaderboards. If you'd like to create a Sentinel Guardian, your first task is to create a Farm Witch and take her as far as finishing the Breaking Some Eggs quest in the Mudflats. This will give you Raise Zombie and Summon Raging Spirit, better known as SRS. Then, go ahead and create your Sentinel Guardian. Make sure to think up a name that is truly fitting for this character. You can toss Fireball away as soon as you can equip SRS, because that will be your primary damage spell. You use Absolution just enough to spawn your Sentinels, and then spam SRS in case there are any hard targets left over. After you kill Brutus, pick up Vitality. You might want to get Clarity, but the regeneration is very important for your minions, not for you. Once you get to the Cavern of Wrath, head back to town and pick up Absolution. You'll want to trade your first uncarved gemstone for the skill Convocation. Sentinel of Radiance is great, but he's a slow boy. After you equip Convocation, I recommend binding your left click to Convocation instead of move only. This ensures that your minions are constantly by your side, and it won't slow you down because Convocation is an instant spell. After you complete Breaking the Seal at the start of Act 4, you have a choice of using Carrion Golem or Chaos Golem. I would recommend Chaos Golem as the defensive choice, but either is good. I would also recommend using your second uncarved gemstone to get Flesh Offering. This is a great DPS boost for taking down bosses, but I actually had to skip it because I didn't have the gem socket space. And that brings us to the biggest weakness of this build. You use so many skills that it can be a big struggle to get enough of the right collar sockets just to equip all of the skills that you have. You want to use Templar armor, but you also kind of have to because of how many blue and red sockets you're going to need. If you're struggling with socket space, make sure to keep all minion generating skills equipped. Skills like Absolution, Raise Zombie, and SRS, they create minions that are based on your gem level the same way that the base damage of spells is based on their gem level. If you unsocket and fail to level one of your minion skills, the skill can become nearly unusable because its minions simply won't survive. I made the mistake of unsocketing Raise Zombie because I thought I wouldn't need it, and now I'm paying for it, so do not make the same mistake that I did. To level your passive trees, start by taking the minion nodes from the Templar starting area and make a beeline for the Enduring Bond cluster. This significantly boosts the damage and duration of all of your minions. Then take the Templar life points and Sanctity for some armor and regeneration. Your next goal is developing your minion nodes and making your way to the notable passive Spiritual Aid. From here, you're going to take a wandering path through this build, unlocking cluster by cluster, but there's no rush to get to anything, so just path to the things that you want and take them. Divine Shield is not very good until you have decent armor mitigation and a few hundred energy shield, so save it for just before you finish the campaign. Really, if you want health, then path to the next health cluster that's in the build. If you want resistances, path to that cluster and take it. It's all completely up to you depending on the situation while you're leveling. Developing into the Endgame is more about solidifying your defense than pushing your damage. Make sure to take the plus 50 health, minion physical damage overwhelm, and reduced critical strike damage taken masteries. Then, you'll want to continue developing down into the Marauder area so that you can take Unwavering Stance and Prismatic Skin. Lastly, develop the Fearsome Force cluster to give your minions a lot of critical strike chance. If you can find additional aura skills like I did, you'll want to get the mana reservation efficiency from the Sovereignty cluster. Otherwise, developing deep into the endgame means using Abyss and Cluster Jewels. For your Ascendancies, you're going to want to take Radiant Crusade first, and this will give you the Sentinel of Radiance skill. Congratulations, you've now entered easy mode. With your second Ascendancy, take Unwavering Crusade. This gives you free aura bots that have Wrath, Anger, and Hatred and are up almost constantly. Third, take Radiant Faith. Fourth and last, take Unwavering Faith. This build doesn't do much to keep its minions alive, so Unwavering Faith not only boosts your minions' recovery, but it also gives you a nice boost to your recovery, not only helping your health regeneration, but also the energy shield regeneration you get from Divine Shield. With this Sentinel Guardian, you can become a terrifying force that speeds through the campaign, blows through maps, and can push incredibly deep into mapping due to the raw power of the build. Whether you're new to Ruthless and would like an extremely powerful build to start with, or if you're experienced and want to smash through some content, this build is perfect for you. Thank you for watching, and until next time, take care, Exiles.